Well, we're sitting here in the dark today. It is Tuesday, November 27th, 2017. They've shut the power down in my building to do some maintenance on the transformers. So I'm using battery devices today. You can't see me, but you can hear me, and that's what matters most here. So Justin Trudeau is apologizing to the gays who were fired for being gay. No mention of anything trans, and that's got people around me questioning, what do I think of this? And I want to turn, I guess, my thoughts to, well, let's talk about me and the issues I've faced, and compare them to some of the colleagues of mine here in Newfoundland who have faced similar situations. I realize Trudeau's talking about federal issues. I'm going to talk about provincial issues because that's where most issues of facing trans people and trans discrimination by government is done at the provincial level. Three big ones I can think of in the past 10 years in this province are: number one, me, Jennifer McCreath, comes out as trans, loses job shortly thereafter with the provincial public service, goes to the media. They say this is not newsworthy. I go to the Human Rights Commission. They say you might have a case. It's a lot of work. It's long and drawn out, and you can expect your name to be dragged through the mud. So I said I'm going to turn my attention to discrimination in the healthcare system against trans people, and filed a complaint with the Human Rights Commission there. They came back saying, we can't help you. Healthcare is out of our scope. Again, I went to the media and they said, we don't care, this is not a story. So fast forward a couple of years, Kyra Reese, you may remember, Newfoundlanders at least may remember that name. Kyra Reese identifies somewhere in the trans spectrum and wanted to change identification documents from male to female without having to have genital surgeries, and was told no by government. Felt this was discriminatory, which it was, and got themselves a lawyer and sued the government, took them to court. Media said, yes, this is a story, we would love to cover it. After a little while, government realized we are going to lose in court, so we are better off settling, which they did. And we have changed the laws, so you can now change your government ID from male to female without surgery. Kyra was branded a hero and given human rights and I believe it was a YMCA award, something like that. I can't remember. Let's fast forward another couple of years. Another trans entity, Gemma Hickey, faces something very similar, yet quite different at the same time, wanting to change government IDs from female to X, or not disclosable or not applicable, or whatever, third gender, non-binary. So said person, Gemma Hickey, asked government to do that on government documents, and they said no. And Gemma said that is discriminatory, which it was, and got a lawyer and sued the government. And once again, government said, you know what, we cannot win this case, we will change our legislation. So Gemma was allowed to change said documents to X, and Gemma was given human rights awards. See a pattern developing here, folks. And of course, yes, the news, the media loved that story as well. So let's go back to little old me here. Still sitting here. 7 2/3 years after losing that good job, I have yet to find work at that level. Now, the Trudeau thing specifically looks at blatant, documented legislated discrimination. It was actually illegal to be out as gay and working in the government federally back in the 60s. Practices continued right up till I believe 92 was cited. My discrimination's a little different. I was not technically relieved of my duties because I was out as trans. However, having taken a look at all the facts and all the proof I have, while other excuses were given, it is blatantly obvious that this was the most contributing and major factor from my removal from the job. Had I not come out as trans, I would not have lost that job. That's what the facts say. So what do we do? At the time, I'm like, you know what? I don't want to burn bridges, so I'm just going to try to get along with people and move on and see if I can find another job. Well, you know what? I wasn't able to do that. I found other work that paid half as much, and been in and out of work, temporary assignment here or there. Human rights, hindsight's easy, yeah. You can look back and say, yeah, I should have taken that human rights complaint there. I didn't, and there's a time limit to do that. It's never too late to sue somebody. I guess that's the question right now. Should I go out, get a lawyer, and sue our provincial government? Should I take advantage of the timeliness of the Trudeau apology today to raise additional awareness to what happened to me, the fact I lost a job, and the fact that I can't get another one, the fact that I was treated like crap and faced a lot of undue hardship? Should I dig this up again? Should I go to the media? Should I get a lawyer and sue government? Should I threaten to sue government? Would this lead to a settlement? Will this help me get a job? I don't know. That's why I'm asking all of you people to listen. Or should I just carry on, let the past be in the past, continue to try to look for work, and be cautiously optimistic? Another thing that I read in I can't remember, some paper there yesterday saying policies and legislations are just the tipping point. You need to change culturally, and it's obviously still an issue here. Trans people are still not, legally you can't discriminate against us anymore, provincially or federally. The laws have been amended. That doesn't mean cultures have changed. It doesn't mean people have been educated on the issues. Bottom line, I'm still looking for a good job and can't seem to find one. What would you do, people, in my shoes? Would you sue government to try to either get a job back or get financial compensation? Or would you leave it and just be happy that the conversation's rolling, contribute this 8.5-minute video, which I am recording now? Trans people in Newfoundland, are you out there? Have any of you faced loss of employment because you are trans? Two key words that came up in the Trudeau thing was a class action lawsuit and $100 million. Seems there's strength in numbers, and if you've got a bunch of people that can bond together who say we have all been affected by the same problems with this government, people will take notice, and when you get a lawyer and actually sue, then money becomes involved, and it becomes financial and politically motivated. Love to put together a group of trans people who would like to get together and talk about this. I know that there have got to be more than just one trans person who has lost a government job in Newfoundland for being trans, and or there are other current people employed in the government of Newfoundland who are trans but do not feel they can come out and start their transition for fear of losing said job. I would like to hear from you as well. So I'm going to put a call out there. Let's talk. Let's strategize. Let's study Trudeau. Let's take a look at what, the gays have done a lot of great work with this. They're getting themselves $100 million. Now, this is suffering that occurred back in the 60s and 70s, 80s, up to 92, Where us as trans people, it's a little different, but bottom line, we're still very oppressed, and there's an opportunity here, I think, to start some conversations and help move trans understanding, acceptance, and embracement and equality in society. Let's not pass this opportunity up, people. So I'm Jennifer McCreath, sitting here in the dark. Thank you for listening. Please do get in touch. You can email me, info@jennifermccreath.com. You can telephone 709-753-9529. Twitter, Jen_McCreath. Not too hard. Having said that, thank you for watching / listening, and hoping my power will be back on soon, and hoping to hear from you all. Thanks for listening. Bye.